Sun Homestead. We've had a lot of people ask about how to make homemade hand pies. So today, that's what we're going to do in our kitchen. Some ingredients that we're going to need for these hand pies is going to be flour, salt, eggs, and very cold butter. Right now, because we're filming, I have the butter in the refrigerator. Then we're going to grate it so we have almost like shredded cheese. That's going to help it blend better with the flour. I also have a scale setting here because with the handheld pies, as you'll see in the recipe in the description below, it's measured out in ounces. And we want to be accurate, so we make sure that we measure that. We also need 1 ounce of cold water, and we had to measure 6 ounces of butter. So that's why the scale. So let's get started. We're going to put all the measurements from ounces into cups. That way it will make it easier for our viewers to be able to do this. One point of us doing all these videos is to make it simple, where it's things that you can do at home without buying extra ingredients or new tools. We believe in using what we have to make do with what we want to make. As you can see, once the butter is grated, it makes it just like shredded cheese. And we want that so it will incorporate into our dough better. As soon as we get our butter all grated, the biggest, most important thing about making these handheld fruit pies is to keep the butter cold. So as soon as we get it grated, because we had our hands on it, we're going to pop it right back in the refrigerator. We put the bowl and the beater from our mixer into the freezer as well. We want to keep everything as cold as possible. We'll dump our flour in that we've measured out. We'll also dump our salt in. And we're going to start beating that at a low speed. Then we're going to gradually start adding our butter. Once the butter's in, we want to mix that as quickly as possible till everything starts sticking together. And we'll show you the whole process. We're mixing together our flour and our salt. I'm going to the freezer to get the butter. We're going to start adding this a little bit at a time until it resembles coarse sand. We've added all of our butter. As you can see, it's getting coarse. It looks like a coarse cornmeal. So at this point, we're going to start adding our egg. We're going to go ahead and pour that in. The egg was cold as well. We didn't put it in the freezer, but it was in the refrigerator. And the last thing that we're going to add is our 1 ounce of water. The water, we may not add all of it. We're going to make sure we only add the amount that will bring the dough together. I'm going to add half of the water, and we'll see how that does. And then we'll add the other half, or we may need to get a little bit more. It's always going to be different every time you make these hand pies because it all depends on the humidity. It depends on your elevation. There's a lot of things that come into play. So the water really is not written in stone. The only thing that is very important is the coldness. We put our 1/3 cup of water in. It wasn't a third, I'm sorry, 2 tablespoons of water in, and it's not near enough. So I'm getting more here. And I'm going to pour it in and mix this by hand. That's how I usually mix things, so that's what I'm used to. The mixer I use for certain things, but it and I don't get along very well. So I'm going to mix this by hand and we'll see how that turns out. Added some more water. It's all starting to come together. As you can see, it's not sticky, but it's pliable. And this needs to be chilled for 1 hour in the refrigerator. And remember the steps so far. The key to everything is to keep everything cold as possible without it freezing, but very cold. We're going to press that into a circle. Put a lid on it. You can use plastic wrap, whatever you have, and it needs to be refrigerated for 1 hour. We did have this bowl in the freezer, so it's nice and cold. So when it goes in the refrigerator, it's not going into a hot bowl or a warm bowl, it's going into a cold bowl. The hand pies that we're going to make today is going to be apple. So we've already washed these. Now we're going to start to peel them. That's a great thing to do while you're waiting for your dough to cool for the hour. So we're going to peel these. We'll cut them up into small chunks. We don't want great big pieces because that's not what handheld pies are. And then we'll add our, most people can add ClearGel or they may add cornstarch to the thickener. We're going to use arrowroot powder because it's more natural. So let's get to peeling. One of the things about the apples, if you make too much of this, you can always use it for stewed apple come supper time. It's always good, so don't worry about overdoing it. We don't want to fill our pies so full that the mixture comes out because that's going to destroy our dough. So that's why if you have too much, it's not going to be wasted. somebody will eat it as a different way. When we make the apples, we need to cut them very small. Nothing like when we do a regular pie, because we have a fork or a spoon at that point. At this point, we don't. We're using our hands. So I usually cut my apple slices in pieces, and then I will just make them as small as possible. Know that we have showed you and that we're going to show you the process. You would use the same process for any pie that you were making, be it blueberry or blackberry, even pumpkin or peach. It would just be a different filling. The filling we're going to do is apple, and that will be on our recipe in the description below, but you can pick whatever fruit you like. As you can see, the small pieces. We have our apples all chopped. The recipe calls for 2 cups. I probably did a little bit more than that. I just kind of estimated. Anything that's left over we'll just eat. So now we're going to start heating it up on the stove. We want this to be soft. So with that, we're going to put 1 ounce of butter in. And we're going to let this cook for just a little bit until the butter begins to melt. Once the butter starts to melt, we're also going to add 6 tablespoons of water. That can be either cold or hot. At this point, it's not going to matter. And we're also going to add some lemon juice. Now the water can be whatever you want it to be. If you would rather substitute a juice of some kind, you could do that too. It would all depend probably on what kind of fruit you were using. Because the recipe that I'm giving you can be used for berries or peaches or whatever you may be using for the fruit. You would just substitute the apples for that fruit. Everything else is going to be the same. We use pure cane sugar. It calls for 4 tablespoons. I just add however much. That's definitely something that can be adjusted to your taste buds. Some people might not even like sugar, and if you're using apples or sweeter fruit, you probably wouldn't need that. We also need to add at this point 1/4 teaspoon of salt. With apples, we can add vanilla, which will complement the flavor and bring out the taste. But when you do berries, do not add any vanilla. That will make them taste bad. And that's not why we're making our fruit pies. We have the water and the butter is at a little boil. So we're going to turn it to medium heat. And we're going to add our slurry of either ClearGel or cornstarch. We're using arrowroot powder. If you're using cornstarch, you want to cook until your apples become clear. The liquid in it will become clear. That way you know it's all been dissolved. So we're going to add ours now. And we're going to stir until it starts to thicken. Put them into the apples. And as you can see, the arrowroot powder really put everything together. And when you're making hand pies, you do not want juice. Juice is hot things like the butter or warm, and any kind of juice is what will help destroy the pie. You don't want your ingredients inside to be completely dry, but you don't want it to be oozing with liquid either. So what we have right here is just about perfect. When we get ready to put it in, as you can see, it's not going to try to run out away from us, but it's not so dry that we're going to choke. As with working with any dough, this filling is going to need to be cooled before we can put it in any sort of hand pie dough that we roll out. Our hand pies are still cooling in the refrigerator, our dough, so we're going to slip this in the freezer and hope that it chills fairly quickly. The dough has chilled for an hour. Our inside mixture has cooled as well, so now we're going to start rolling our dough. The first thing that we did was take it out and let it come to room temperature for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to divide it. I'll set this one to the side. We're going to need a rolling pin. This is what I'm going to cut the pies with. It's round. I'm thinking I can fold it and it will work well for that. I wanted to use a plastic lid, but all my plastic lids are in milk jars with milk in them, so we can't use those. Once we get our dough rolled out, we need to get a pan and line it with parchment paper. I'm a real conservative, but do not short on this and try to grease the pan. That does not work. They end up getting too sticky and then you tear the bottom of your pies. So make sure that you line it with parchment paper. We also need to turn our oven on to preheat to 400 degrees. The first thing we need to do after we get our dough rolled out to about 1/8 of an inch thickness, we need to cut. Our circles are a little small, but we don't want a great big pie, so this is what we're doing. Once you have the circle cut and moved over, you need to put some air holes. So we poke it with a fork 2 times. Then we put our filling in. Make sure that you don't overfill. At this point, that's very important and it's easy to do. Especially if you have excess filling, you want to try to put as much in there as possible. Usually what it calls for is a 5-inch circle takes. Our egg wash goes on. And now we're going to fold the dough. And this is why it's so important not to get too much filling, because if you do, it's not going to be able to fold, it's going to seep out. And here's our traditional handheld fruit pie. Now another way that we're going to show you to make them is exactly the same dough, the filling, but what we're going to do is change our shape. It's a lot easier to make round ones and put your filling in the center and then put another round one on top than it is to try to do the handheld. This is just traditional, what we've always seen, but they do not compare with what the round one is when it comes to easiness of making them in your kitchen. We have 2 identical circles. We're going to punch holes in both of them. We're going to put our filling in. You can do a fairly large dab in these. And then we're just going to put our circle on top, put a little egg wash around it, and start sealing. Then we want to close our ends with a fork, just by pressing down on the tines. And there we have our pie. Here we go. And that one is much easier because it seals easier, and you can put more goodies inside as well. Once we have all of our hand pies made, either shape need to be brushed with an egg wash. We preheated our oven for 400. As soon as we get them all made, we'll show you of getting them in the oven. Here we are, egg washing the rest of the pies that we've made. My daughter has more patience, so she does a better job than I do about getting them sealed. We're going to pop them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, and then we'll show you our end product. The pies have baked for approximately 20-25 minutes. We've taken them out of the oven. Now we're going to do a glaze across the top, which is a little bit of powdered sugar and a little bit of lemon juice. And we're going to brush that on each pie. Once they're out of the oven, they need to cool for approximately 10 minutes before we do this, just because the heat will make everything melt a little bit more. We will put the recipe for the glaze in the description below. Thanks for watching this video. We hope that you've learned how to make handheld fruit pies. It's really pretty simple, and you can do whatever shape you want. The circle does work better than the regular pie shape, but I know this is traditional that we used to all buy from the grocery store. These are full of homegrown goodness, so you don't have any of the preserves or bio or genetic modified that everything else has in the store. We hope you are able to make these and that you like our channel, subscribe, and help us grow. Have a great day.